Infographics are a great way to get usually statistical information to users through a graphical interface, typically drawings. Let's go into Pinterest. I've done a search for infographics, and you can do also your own search on Google. And typically when you come across infographics, they're usually put on by people who want to convey some type of information that either is more factual or could be persuasive in some manners. And let's take a look at this one by iStrategy. And social media in business. And here we look to what Twitter accounts, what Facebook fan pages, YouTube accounts, and corporate blogs contribute to the overall success that social media plays in business. Moving on, here we have more drawn out character type sketches. Let's see, the ROI of your mom. Nightlight Tuck. Duties include the ultimate cook, supermom, late night patrol, employee of the month, VIP. So it talks a lot about what the roles of a mother would do, and if you were to pay for those services that your mother does, how much it would actually cost. Some are very, very simple in nature, almost to the point to where it's genius. Here we've got the carbon footprint of the whole of every country on the globe, and each circle here, and obviously you have a footprint. Each circle makes up part of that footprint in a nice graphic. And the nice thing is that the people who are the greenest, which I would hardly say that it's the United States, but it is color-coded. What we look at here is the impact that that country has for the carbon footprint. And with this, using simple shapes like circles is can be put on easily by anyone. And so, moving right along, as we kind of scroll through and look at all of the different infographics, some just use simple bar charts. One of the things that infographics really pride themselves on is that infographics use a good amount of text that is, or typeface, such as different fonts. And some stick to themes, different colors. And with these themes, they might put some smaller graphics in, but typically they want to try to get your point across. And bar charts are a very simple way of doing that. So how do you as a student create an infographic? Well, let's take something simple. Let's talk about the housing bubble. I'm going to come into Pages, and I'm going to minimize this. And within here, I'm going to go into make a cute house, and I think the bell's going to ring at any minute. A few years back, everyone experienced the housing bubble of like 2008. And if I wanted to give some more information, I would probably do some research on the internet about what happened and what caused the housing bubble and what were some of the major events, because that's what I really want to focus on. Let's get my expand this out a little bit. Infographics take time to make, there's no doubt about it, and you have to put a little bit of thought and effort into it. Once it's complete, I'm fairly certain that you'd have a decent product. Using Pages is a good way to get started. You could also use a program such as iWeb. iWeb is one continuous long web page, and it really lends itself well to continuing on a very long infographic. For iWeb, or for Pages rather, I could make my document size larger, I believe, and I might go into custom sizes. And if I want to make my custom size bigger, I can adjust it through here. And let's cancel that. So let's talk about the housing bubble some more. Here I might want to get some simple circles. And I might want to create different colors for them. And holding down the Shift key and grabbing the corner keeps my circle in perfect proportion. And what I'm able to also do is use lines, a pen tool to draw a shape, which I don't know if I really need to. Ooh, let's grab that guy. Let's take all of my shapes. To select your shapes, I click and hold the Shift key, and I can drag them all over. Start at the top. And the nice thing about these is I can move these just about anywhere. Within the context of this, I can put information into this. And if I want to change the fill color, I may do so in any one of these. If you're colorblind, this isn't going to help you much, but you can do your information in several different ways. And let's take another shape, put it behind here. Now obviously I've just covered that up. If I want to put the this behind the circle behind it, I am going to align, distribute my objects, no, send back, here we go, or send backward. And one more time, send backward, and it's behind my circle. If I choose not to use this, I'll keep it off to the side. I might use text. Let's see, text box. And I might put in something like 2008. Banks start falsifying loan applications. Now, typically, if you're doing an infographic, you want to try to come up with information that is obviously factual and has a valid point of reference, meaning that I can easily check the truth, or the I don't know if you want to say the truth, the factual part of the information. I can make this font size just about any size I want. And let's make it a little bit bigger. And if I highlight my text once more, you can also use tools such as your alignment tab to line it up. And then if you wanted to put your other text bubbles within here, that works really, really well. And you can also create the size of this. Now if I wanted to be clever, I would get the housing, maybe have the top of this house pop off. And let's see, I want to rotate this, so I'm going to go to my inspector. And on the inspector, if I click on my Shapes tab, I can really do a lot of options with this. One of which, typically, and if I use my trackpad, you can twist with your fingers. You can't see it, but I'm taking two of my fingers on my trackpad and just rotating this around. And so move this off. Later on, maybe have a bubble burst. You can get very creative with some very simple shapes on this. And eventually I would have my bubble burst out of the top of the house on here. And so If you have any more questions on infographics, feel free to contact me at the tech window or email me anytime. And if I get a chance, I will love to come back into class and offer any assistance I can do with this. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.